a traditional design and a staple within the construction industry, the Ogee skirting board. There are many variants of the Ogee design, but they all share similarities. When someone is talking about Ogee, it's generally in regards to skirting boards or architraves. They are also expecting a common design featuring the sweeping curve. In the image shown here, you'll see a range of Ogee style designs that have similar features, the notable curve for instance. So in order, we have Ogee 1, Ogee 2, Mini Ogee 1, Oscar, Regency, Vintage 1, Vintage 2, and Profile 2. These are all readily available from our website, and you can also get them as an architrave. The size of these designs tend to range between 44mm and 50mm, with the exception of the Mini Ogee 1, which is approximately 38mm, hence the term mini. Although some of them start slightly differently, you'll notice that they all include the curve feature, which is indicative of an Ogee shape. Our Regency design is a bit of a curveball, or you could say wildcard, within our Ogee lineup. It's the one that features an Ogee type curve, but is least like an original Ogee design. When it comes to skirting, you usually have two design categories, traditional and modern. Modern designs tend to be small and simple, whereas traditional designs can be much larger and very decorative. We'd classify Ogee skirting boards as traditional, but this isn't because they're very large or detailed. It's mainly down to it being a staple design, one of the originals, and used in properties all over the UK. Now we're going to look at all the Ogee style designs we offer in more details, starting with the original. Our Ogee 1 design follows the classic Ogee look, a simple but effective sweeping curve, and that's it. This design is approximately 50mm, which is the average design size within the industry. Even though we class Ogee as a traditional design, time and time again we see customers with new builds and modern homes choosing it. It simply works well in any interior. Our Ogee 2 design is very similar to Ogee 1 but features a round at the top, just before the angled slope and Ogee style curve. This adds an extra decorative feature to the design and makes it to a traditional interior even more. The design is still approximately 50mm, so the sweeping curve is slightly smaller than that of the Ogee 1 design. Do you like the look of our Ogee 1 profile but want a shorter skirting board? Check out our Mini Ogee 1. It's pretty much a scaled down version of the original Ogee. This design is commonly chosen when smaller skirtings and architraves are needed. You get a decorative design in a compact size. It's also one of the more popular Ogee style designs for modern interiors and new builds. We've come to our first design that doesn't have Ogee in the name, the Oscar design. Even though it doesn't sound like an Ogee design at first, you'll notice that it follows the same pattern type as Ogee 2, with a round top and the sweeping curve. Unlike the Ogee 2, Oscar features softer lines with more rounded edges. It's still traditional in style, but could lend itself to modern interiors. Our Regency design is a bit of a wild card. We've chosen it because it features a similar shape to the Ogee style, but the rounds are much more pronounced, making it more curvy. We find that the rounder shape of this design makes it look softer, perfect for interiors with subtle lines and shapes. Our Vintage 1 design is a simple Ogee shape with a little added extra, a small rectangular groove below the main curve. This subtle difference really makes the Vintage 1 stand out against the crowd of Ogee style designs. Our Vintage 2 design simply features an Ogee style curve. However, the angled slope sits almost level with the outer curve and plain section below the design. This makes the design look more uniform, as others tend to be thinner towards the top and gradually flaring out towards the bottom. Looking at our Profile 2 design, it looks almost identical to our Vintage 1 design, but lacks the rectangular groove. The features are very pronounced on this design. The angled top almost looks sharp and longer than normal. The scoop at the bottom of the design is definitely the most standout feature amongst the Ogee styles. So, we've talked about all of our designs that could be classed as an Ogee skirting. We've listed 8 in total, 3 of them actually contain the word Ogee in their name. If you're looking for an Ogee style design, you're not restricted to just the one profile. For a classic Ogee look, you can't beat the Ogee 1 skirting board. If you're looking to change it up a bit, the Oscar design style may be more up your street. And that concludes our video. Hopefully you found it useful and helpful, and until next time, we will see you in our next video.